And speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin.
Angel Reese recently questioned why only Caitlin Clark's games are being moved to the United Center. Speaking to reporters, she seemed surprised by the Chicago Sky's decision to upgrade venues only when the Indiana Fever comes to town. The reason might not sit well with her, but sometimes the truth isn't easy to hear.
Well, what I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana.
When a rookie enters the league and forces teams to switch venues because 10,000 seats aren't enough, it's more than just star power, it's business. Last season, the Indiana Fever set a franchise record with nearly 341,000 fans at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Chicago Sky hasn't come close to those numbers, yet somehow, Angel Reese seems to believe they've contributed equally to growing the game. But the facts tell a different story. We've got all the screenshots, sales data, and proof behind this arena controversy that has Angel absolutely furious.
It looks like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United.
Did you notice how fast the Chicago Sky announced that only their games against the Indiana Fever are moving to the United Center? Let's break down what that really means. The Sky just made a major announcement that has the WNBA world talking. They're relocating 2 games in the 2025 season to the iconic United Center. And which games are getting the upgrade? Both matchups against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't just a simple venue change, it's a statement that says a lot.
Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, let's go Fever taking over the United Center. I can't wait. The Angel Reese effect? No. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
What makes this decision so interesting is the timing. Throughout the entire 2024 season, the Sky played every game, including those featuring their own rookie Angel Reese, at the 10,000-seat Wintrust Arena. Not once did the team feel the need to move to a larger venue, even when Angel's rookie season was supposedly bringing in huge crowds. But now, with Caitlin Clark in town, that suddenly changes.
It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player. It's because of.
Now, suddenly, with Caitlin Clark coming to town, Sky President Adam Fox is talking about rewarding fans' passion and dedication. He said Chicago Sky fans have always supported the team, and they want to give back by expanding capacity for these games. But wait, if this is really about rewarding loyal Sky fans, why only for these 2 specific dates? What makes these matchups so different from the rest?
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie night to a 21,000-seat arena.
The numbers reveal a truth that few want to say out loud. The United Center holds nearly 21,000 fans for basketball, more than double the capacity of Wintrust Arena. This isn't just a simple venue change, it's a business move that highlights a tough reality about star power in the WNBA.
This is the motion that the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark.
And Chicago isn't the only team making this move. Look around the league, The Washington Mystics, Las Vegas Aces, Atlanta Dream, and Connecticut Sun have all done the same thing, relocating their games against the Fever to bigger venues. See the pattern? These teams aren't just upgrading random games, they're specifically making room for matchups featuring Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering
The reaction on social media says it all. Many fans are frustrated that only games featuring Caitlin Clark are getting the upgrade, implying that Angel Reese's star power isn't seen as strong enough to justify the same move. Some have been especially vocal about the perceived gap, arguing that if Reese were just as popular as Clark, more of her games would be moved to bigger venues too.
Goodness. America's team versus the team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man. Quote, they watch for me too. Barbie night? Which one is Barbie night? You got to think one of the two is going to be Barbie night, right? Look at this. Laughing my ass off. Caitlin is really giving every single team a fundraising game. I am weak. My GOAT is simply different.
What makes this situation even more awkward is how it directly challenges the narrative Angel Reese pushed last season. She consistently presented herself as an equal draw to Caitlin Clark, insisting that people were tuning into women's basketball because of her too. But actions speak louder than words, and the Sky's decision to move only Clark's games to the United Center sends a clear message about who's really filling the seats.
will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The game's on Saturday, June 7th and Sunday, July 27th. One had a date change, but they will be moving to the largest capacity arena in the NBA. You know, more than double, I believe, what the Sky's typical home arena is able to hold. And of course, I mean, this is a duh for so many reasons.
The real question isn't just why these games are being moved. It's why only these games are getting the upgrade when one of the Sky's own stars claims to be a huge draw. If Angel Reese brought the same crowd, wouldn't all Sky home games be worthy of the United Center treatment?
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
While Angel Reese has been vocal about her role in growing the WNBA, the ticket sales and viewership numbers have been doing the real talking. Let's take a closer look. Do the stats back up her bold claims, or do they tell a completely different story?
They will say this is because of Angel Reese. They can't say this because of Angel Reese, because for the simple fact, a lot of their games would have moved to bigger arenas if that was the case. They can't not say this. I know people want it, and I know people be mad about this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be mad about this, bro. This is just the reality of the situation. You're not a hater. You're not none of that if you say Angel's not as big as Caitlin, because she's not, guys. That's the reality of it all.
If Angel Reese truly had the same star power, wouldn't the Sky be rushing to move all their home games to the United Center? Wouldn't every matchup featuring her be a guaranteed sellout? If her claims were reality, the numbers would reflect it. But so far, the logic just doesn't add up.
Folks, last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative? Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be.
Last season's numbers make things crystal clear. The Indiana Fever set a new WNBA record for single-season home attendance, drawing nearly 341,000 fans in 2024. That's a massive 36% increase over the previous record, which had stood since the New York Liberty set it back in 2001. This wasn't just a small bump. It was a game-changing shift in how many people were willing to pay to watch women's basketball.
The Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend.
The real shocker comes when you look at the biggest crowds. The Fever surpassed the 20,000 fan mark 3 times during the 2024 season. Meanwhile, with Angel Reese on their roster, the Sky didn't hit that milestone once. In fact, Chicago's all-time attendance record wasn't even set during Angel's rookie year. It dates back to 2016, when over 16,000 fans watched them face the LA Sparks. That was years before Angel had even started her college career.
Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena because she is box office and it is going to be big money. Not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So, of course, the Chicago Sky... Oh, fine. I guess I'll milk that well until...
The gap becomes even clearer when you compare head-to-head matchups. Whenever Clark and Reese faced off, ticket prices didn't just rise, they skyrocketed, with some reselling for thousands as fans scrambled to see the rivalry live. But games featuring only Reese, without the Clark factor, didn't come close to generating the same demand or urgency in the secondary market. In fact, next season, Sky home game tickets are still available at bargain prices, while Fever home games have been sold out for months.
There's a very thin line between hate and facts. And what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all, I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership.
There's a fine line between hate and facts, and here's the reality. Before Caitlin Clark, the WNBA was seeing steady but modest growth. From 2022 to 2023, viewership increased by 40%, which was solid. But with Clark's arrival, that growth has skyrocketed 400%. Let that sink in. This isn't just an improvement, it's a complete shift in how many people are tuning in to watch women's basketball. And here's something I haven't heard anyone say before, so chances are you haven't either.